Okay, welcome everybody
To Hammer Time.
to Hammer Time, and to something new that we are trying out here on LangTime Studio. Take a look. Let us know what you think.
Looks incredible. It was all David's doing, so I get to say that without just complimenting myself. This is David spent a lot of time working on this, and I'm very, very happy
Yep.
with how it looks.
By the way, I didn't know if this would be something that would add to it, so it's just basically an option, but we can put our names up there too. There we are.
Just in case you didn't know.
Yeah. Anyway, those can be added or removed. Welcome everybody from Madeline's live stream. Especially welcome to Madeline, who I know is here.
Mm-hmm. And you know, I had kind of made a joke, not joke, when introducing Jake at SpecCon that at some point we would have a Jake week, and we're getting awfully close because there was, of course, a Monday, a Tuesday, and now a Thursday with Jake. Because Jake was there. Like, I'm not imagining the streams this week, right? Like, Jake was there all three. Yeah. And so, like, we're getting close. At some point, we're going to hit that perfect stream week.
Yeah.
We need to lay some bets on when it's going to happen.
And of course, 6 a.m. Pacific for Tongues and Runes is a great time for Jake. Yeah,
Jake could
it's a Saturday. It's so what is that? 2 p.m.
And chat with George.
Yeah, just need to figure out something for Friday, Wednesday, and Sunday.
I think it's coming. I think whether Jake intended or not, like, at some point they're going to be a professional streamer. Like, that's going to be a thing.
Oh, Jake said that they liked the way my hair was before, where part of it was just kind of out to the side.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
I did.
don't know. I like your bedhead, so like
I tried to.
It doesn't affect me the same way it affects you.
I tried to run a brush through it. Part of the issue when you have short hair is that it can get stuck and just stay because there's not enough critical mass, I guess, to bring it down.
Gotcha.
Anyway, but of course there is a arguably, potentially, the one of the biggest matches of the tournament coming up in the World Cup at 6 p.m. Pacific today. Mexico is taking on Korea in Mexico. Huge deal. Family is very excited. And so I thought, in honor of this, well, thank you for the late compliment, Madeline, even though you've been here since we started streaming, correct? Anyway. Ooh. But I had a little bit of fun. I had an idea yesterday, or actually I had the idea the day before yesterday and started working on it yesterday. And
I'm so excited.
Finished it up in honor of the World Cup. Going to mute that. And just want to make sure when I hit play, Jess, you can still see the 4 dots, right?
Waiting for the play? Yes.
All right.
We can see the 4 dots.
Excellent, because it is now time to introduce the squads for the LangTime Cup.
I hadn't seen that bit. Oh my god, that's incredible.
So I don't know what gave me the idea, but I thought, our LangTime animals could obviously have little soccer teams and have little soccer kits.
Obviously.
And so here we go. Going in season order, we have the Rabbits of Tananguera. We have, I just call them a light and a dark kit, because we'll see. Which one is this? I think is it Somagi? I think it's the Gambler Rabbit.
As it should be.
Yeah, and you can see they're plain with just a number on both sides. And I also gave them little collars,
I appreciate that.
which I thought would be fetching.
It really goes with the little stripes that are incorporated at the edges. It creates a look. I like it.
Yep. Otherwise, these are pretty plain, just reversible. Next, some of the ones I think are the most exciting. We have the opossums of Kanan Kasor. So, these have a number of appointments, including a shorts, the little accent on the shorts inspired by my favorite uniforms of all times from my favorite team, the Phoenix Suns. And sharp-eyed viewers will note that it says on the shorts on the front, Kanan, because of course it does.
Oh, it has to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I thought I don't know why I thought this would be a really good idea for the opossum specifically, but on the front and back, everything is, outlined in white. The idea is that is a reflector.
Oh.
So that
yeah.
like in the lights, they would like shine very brightly.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Okie doke.
They might even shine bright like a diamond.
Indeed. This was Meridian's favorite. Next, we have our mice, our darling little mice.
Which I'm so excited about.
Yeah.
Oh, I love these.
Yep. This one I remember is Pachaje. This is Pachaje's uniform. And they have the stripes only on the dark ones. And I added the bar on top so that the stripes would only go so far and wouldn't interfere with the
like that.
number.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think these are pretty sharp. Next, we have our cats, very professional, with their own little soccer crest. You can see there.
Every time I think, no, this one was my favorite. But I think the Wokuthishu ones were the first ones you showed me.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, those were the first ones I did. I think the cats were actually second. And I think these are pretty sharp, pretty nice.
Like, absolutely, we need to make these shirts, by the way. Like, we need to have jerseys.
Yeah. We need to figure out a way that you can actually add something that's not just on the front or the back, but on the sleeves too and stuff. These next may be my favorites. They're among the most plain, but I found them striking. So these are the dogs' uniforms. And I decided to only put the the flag crest just on the shorts there. You can see on the front. And so the front is of each jersey is actually quite plain, with a small number in the lower left-hand corner and then the larger one in back. I don't know. I think
It looks really nice.
yeah, very striking. Nice and doggish. Next up, of course, we have a personal favorite. The busiest of the uniforms, I will say. But these, for some reason, remind me of some kind of like European club kit. We have the Beavers.
There we go.
Yep.
Yes.
I love these. So, of course, we have the Triskelion crest up there on the upper left-hand side, and then the numbers on the back. Mm-hmm. And here you can see these aren't pinstripes; they're much larger bands,
Yeah.
and so there's little fields that surround the name and number on the back. And fun socks.
Yeah, those are incredible.
There's no mistaking these for any other jersey. And then finally, the Foxes. And these, I thought, came out pretty nice. These actually come close to an American football uniform,
Yeah.
I think.
I think, especially with the black shorts, so the dark ones, like it just creates an entire silhouette, and like that's really cool.
Yeah. And of course, the Foxes are quite striking characters. And I gave them the little lapels as well.
Yeah.
Because I thought it would be darling with the Foxes. They look so dapper. You could also imagine them wearing little caps while they played soccer. Anyway, and of course, I would love to show you the Bat uniforms, but we're not quite there yet.
We need some fonts.
Yeah, we need some fonts, and we also need something maybe we can do today. we need a name for the Batland, and I
Oh.
kind of know how it should be. So the reason that the bat flag is the way it is because these were 4 separate bat clans that kind of came together, but still separate when it comes to the great bat races, because these are, of course, racing bats. And so they still kind of race under their old clan banners. Anyway, that's that. But this kind of brings us up to our next poll, which I went ahead and incorporated into this. So
Fancy.
our poll is about the orthographic style of our writing system.
I'm kind of nervous about this one, David.
Yeah. So on the upper left, Jesse drew a bunch of images. I just took 4 of these and came up with potential glyphs for them. So Jesse's originals drawings are in the upper left-hand corner, and then we have 3 different styles. So we have Racer Bat Bold in the upper right. That was the A option, which honestly I was trying to evoke the NASCAR aesthetic.
And I'm not even going to wait to tell everybody this was my favorite.
Oh.
And I told David right away, I was like, we shouldn't have a vote at all. Just make this it. And I have a feeling that I'm going to wish I had pushed for that. But go on.
Fine. Second was the kind of Batwing style. So this is where I kind of tried to make swooshes that evoked bat wings and then make glyphs from them. So that was...
Which is cool.
Yeah.
It is cool.
Lower left hand, that was option B. And then option C was kind of like this swoopy style, which was more kind of like evocative of, I guess, bat... like fingers and stuff, and then also kind of just, fast and swoopy and swooshy. So those were the options. We had those 3 options on the poll, and then we had D, Jesse's favorite.
You added that? I didn't even look at the poll after you did the actual top part.
Absolutely. No, we had Jesse's favorite.
Oh.
And so...
I am so invested right now.
I know. This was going to be more of a reveal if you had hung on.
Sorry.
But...
I didn't know.
Here are the results. Bless that one person that voted for the Batwing style. Otherwise, you see that Racer Bat Bold got 10 and Streaky Swoop style got 13, which means that unless Jesse's favorite was option B, when we added Jesse's favorite to the total, that was going to be the winner. And so there was the reveal that Jesse's favorite was Racer Bat Bold, and there is the winner by 3 votes.
Oh my God! So it wasn't Jesse's choice has to win the entire vote.
No,
it was whatever I voted for counted that many votes.
Yes.
I misunderstood that anyway, and I was like, well, I lost anyway.
Mm-mm.
I won?
You won!
I won!
You won!
Ah, those are going to look so good on those uniforms.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okie doke. So there we go. That gets us through the week there. And so let us get back to it.
Yay! And we have to have a name.
Yeah. All right. So of course I've missed chat here.
I have to. I do apologize.
Oh, Jesse's still knitting.
I got, and I know so many of you can relate to this, and so I know I'm in a friendly space here. But you know how, like, when you start a project and then, like, you're, like, so close to meeting that goal that you had in mind, and then a stream starts, and you're like, but I don't want to stop. So I've almost hit that goal. I'll stop now, though. But I was tying in ends from something I was knitting, and there's a lot of color changes, and so there's a lot of ends to be woven in, and I'd like to do that along the way. Otherwise, if I get to an end of a project and I've got like 100 little ends I have to tie in, it's like that project's never going to get done, because who wants to sit and spend 5 hours just weaving those ends in? So anyway, I was working on that. I almost finished what I had wanted to do. I've only got like 4 left that I need to do, but I'm going to stop now. I'm here. I'm in it.
Yeah.
Woo! Woo!
So, but Danielle commented, why not Kopi Cup? And obviously, Kopi Cup is the best.
Yeah.
Well done.
Should have been. Yeah, Mads. Those ends. Weaving them in. I try to treat it as like, it's part of the project. It's part of the process. But every time, and I usually start like really strong and like creating really nice solid weave-ins. And by the end, I'm like, I don't even care. Just a few back and forth, and I'm done. I'm out. I'm like ripping threads left and right.
Yeah. Also, shout out to Dynanid, who was the one Batwing style voter. I thought it was cool.
I mean, I told David there were no bad options in terms of just the design itself. Like, they all looked really nice. It's just as soon as I saw them and knowing that these were racer bats, I was like, it has to be A. Like, it's just because of who the bats are and what they're and how David has presented them so far that I was like, it needs to be A. And so the other ones were awesome. And I honestly think, like, if they weren't racing bats, I would have gone for B, was the wing one, right?
Yeah.
The one that did this. I probably would have gone for that.
Yeah.
That was really pretty.
Surprised that most straight like voters that just voted for a non-Jesse option really liked the C. I
mean, it was
fine.
fine. Yeah, that was my opinion. It was fine. Like I said, if it weren't for the racer bats, I probably would have gone for B, because those two were my favorite out of the three.
Yeah. Okay, doke. So let's start with the first thing. Look at that. We have a word for 4.
Yay. And so now we got to figure out, have we done ordinals? Have we talked about ordinal versus cardinal? I guess we don't.
We don't need an ordinal.
But
Actually, we do have ordinals for free right here.
oh, wonderful.
At least I think.
Is that what the and the EA is? Because
I assume so.
Adjectives?
Yeah. So it means where are determiners in this language? Or do determiners come first or do they come last? Hold on a second.
By determiner,
Oh my God.
do you mean the little case particles?
Right.
What were you doing over there? Like, what happened?
There was like a hair on my keyboard and it was bothering me.
Oh man.
So sorry.
Gee, that was a good sneeze.
Thank you.
That was a nice quiet sneeze.
Mm.
Did you snorkel up a hairball, Patrick asks?
Wow, Ripple Iridian says, I only didn't vote for Batwing because I assumed it was going to win by a landslide.
Does that mean you wanted it to win and you didn't let yourself vote for what you wanted? Oh, Jake. I'm so glad you're here today, Jake.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, we do have determiners. Right. We did demonstratives. Look at that.
And they do come before. All right. So I don't think that we have a separate thing for numbers.
Oh, like a thingy in the... No.
Yeah, but it looks like they just come first. Okay. All right, so let's figure this. So it'd be Námuo comes before whatever the word is going to be. Incidentally, I don't know how because I know a lot of folks read fantasy. I don't know how many read the Shannara Chronicles, which of course I only know about because I worked on the show. But the place that the Shannara Chronicles takes place in is called the Four Lands. So,
Oh.
so I think about this. It's really the Four Clans, but it's like it reminds me of that.
So we need a word for clan.
It's something like that. Yeah. I want to see what are those. We only have singulative particles, right?
That sounds right. Yeah.
So it's
So
just.
a noun on its own is pretty ambiguous. If you need a forced singular reading, you can use one of these particles to force it.
And of course, yeah, we don't want that. Yeah. I was just making sure we didn't have it. So it's just basic versus singulative. Got it. And so yeah, we just need some word that means clan or group or something. Conclave,
Conclave.
cave. I don't know.
Because obviously the word for conclave comes from a compound of connell and cave, and then there was some metathesis that came in there because connell was a little bit difficult, and so connell cave became conclave. No, we did do some sort of word for like brood or something. Not brood, but something like that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Not that it's the right word, but like we had talked about like their sort of den or landing spot, a roost. The roost, that's what I was thinking of.
I don't know if it makes sense to do so, but we could do the four caves. Caves of Ontario.
Jake nailed it. It's clearly from Colonel Cave, who won the first one. And therefore Colonel Cave became the conclave forevermore.
Here we are at Caves of Ontario.
Oh, a group of bats is called a colony.
Now,
the only time group appears in our document is no group death at Kopicon.
Yeah. There's a chipmunk cave. Dead mouse cave. Oh my goodness.
Well, you're looking at something different than what I'm looking at.
Muddy beaver cave. Two dogs cave.
Where are you looking?
This is just a Caves of Ontario. Oh, chicken crawl cave.
Chicken crawl?
Mm-hmm. This is absolutely southern Ontario. So this is the correct Ontario, because I also thought, this is Ontario, California, but no.
Right.
But yeah, oh, these are... Anyway, I'm not sure if the bats of Ontario... White noise syndrome, a devastating disease affecting bats in North America. All right, so Babe Floridian, you need to jump in here and do some quick research. Where are we likely to find our bats in our Sovala region of Ontario? Are we likely to find bats in caves, or are these forest bats? We've got a nice big map here. And this is the kind of densely populated parts, at least around the lake of Ontario. As you get up here, this is less densely populated. I wish we had Emily Lake for reference, but I feel like it's kind of like right here.
Oh, for where?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go underneath the number charts and type a few things for you to consider.
Oh. Sparrow Lake, trying to find. Oh, there's a Rice Lake in Ontario. Where is Emily Lake? You should just type it in.
Okay.
There it is. There's Emily Lake. And this is the Rabbit region. Okay, Biblioreading says, do I remember correctly that these are originating from little brown bats? Because if that's the case, then I think they prefer forests to caves, which I think is true. Let's see. Bats of northern Canada.
Okay, David.
Mm-hmm.
Just for you to consider, because, you know, the only place in the document that group had previously appeared
Little brown bat. Little brown
was
bat.
no group death
Mm-hmm.
at Copican. So I tried to get a route as close to Copico as I could, which is not easy in this language. And so I've got 4 routes with their modern forms typed out below the numbers chart in the document for you to consider.
Oh.
Oh, and if Biblioreading says they prefer forest to cave, we can obviously change cave. Like, that was just an option for, like, they can mean something along these lines. We can obviously make it the correct one. But we don't have a P in Proto, and so we either need to voice it or just go nasal with it to get some sort of labial something or other. We don't have an O, so we can either go or oo. We don't want oo in a row, though, because there's no diphthongs in Proto, and it separates it out into 2 syllables, and you get very lengthy words. And so kind of having the oo is not great.
So, you're right, we don't have a proto P, so we can't just get a B. So it's going to be W or M. And remember, we're starting with Námuo. Námuo Káámie. Námuo Káámie. Sorry, Námuo Káámie. Námuo Káámie. Námuo Káámie. Just to get a sense of what people are feeling, I'm going to write up a poll. This is only going to have modern forms in the orthography, and this is just which do you prefer the sound of?
Ooh. Magpie has quoted here that they roost in hollow trees or buildings during the day.
Yeah, so these are not cave bats. Yeah, oh yeah, there are tons of bats in Canada and a number in Ontario, but like I know just by going to the Wikipedia page where the only one clicked was little brown bats that we had decided on little brown bats. So those are our bats, the little brown bat. Okay, I'm going to read these out again. We have Námuo Káámie, Námuo Káámie, Námuo Káámie, Námuo Káámie.
And Jake says, in this world, you might name a bat author Sally Forrests.
Ooh.
I love it. Nod to Sally Caves. Incredible language creator and writer who wrote in episode 1 of Star Trek. I feel like there was a second one.
She wrote one episode of Star Trek The Next Generation, but also apparently one of Deep Space Nine.
That's what it was, because I knew there was something else after that. But the really cool thing is if you do watch The Next Generation, in the episode that she wrote, she actually introduced a new character who kind of became a favorite.
Yeah.
And ended up being a character in The Next Generation because of her episode.
Yep, and made several appearances in like future movies, Trek movies and things like that. Okay, I think we've got the votes in.
Barclay,
Yeah.
thank you. I was momentarily
Barclay.
forgetting the name. So thank you.
Reginald Barclay specifically.
Thank you, David.
Yep. And so this is kind of where I was leading to. Námuo Káámie.
Oh, I like that.
You like it?
Yeah.
All right. Then it is law. All right. And then I think that let's pull up Lexergy.
And as David is doing that, a little bit of lore for you all, because I had never seen Star Trek, and before KopiCon the first, when I was going to be meeting, I think for the first time, I don't know that I ever met Sally before.
Mm-hmm.
If I had, it would have been just in passing at another conference, and so not anything, big. And so it was going to be my first real meeting with Sally Caves, and David wanted me to, be up to date on everything. So we had already been watching Star Trek, but we did some serious binge sessions to get to that episode before the first KopiCon, so that way it would be part of my repertoire as I met Sally, who is an incredible person.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and Sally, by the way, is going to be here for Worldcon in Anaheim at the end of August. So I don't think Madeline has ever met Sally, but Jake certainly will have at the first KopiCon. Why did I say Jake? I meant Bibleridian. Jake won't be here for Anaheim, which is too bad. Mm-hmm. Anaheim is the poorer for it.
Was that, by the way, the metathesis line? If you don't know that one, everyone out there, it's where Data very famously mispronounces metathesis and says metathesis.
Let me see. Big is night class. Oh, perfect.
Oh. Seeing Bibleridian's name typed out. That reminds me, without prompting, without any prior discussion, without Meridian ever knowing that you used to mispronounce Bibleridian's name, she was looking at the back of David's SpecCon shirt, which had, Bibleridian written on it. How did she say it? It wasn't the same way you mispronounced it, but she was like, oh, the way it's spelled, I thought it said...
I mean, it was really close to Biblerodon.
It was really close. It was because it reduced the syllables and it moved the I, but it wasn't exactly Biblerodon. Oh my God, it's going to bug me now.
Was it Bublerodon?
But anyway, it was like she did the exact same thing David did, just pronounced it slightly differently. I think she maybe moved the I and said Biblardon or something, because the D-I back to back, she just totally moved it. I don't know, something, but I just thought it was so funny because it was like, this is not something we had ever discussed, and she didn't know the backstory about David's mispronunciation of it for a very long time in his beginning to know Bibleridian life, and it was great. The apple does not fall far from the tree, and anyone who has met Meridian knows that that apple fell real close to the David roots.
She's a good one. I like her.
I mean, her dad's all right, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, just a small note. I don't know if you'll get a chance to see him. We have to figure things out. Theoretically, the dance stuff is going to get posted today, so we'll see. But John Q is going to be staying with us this weekend, so we'll see. Maybe we'll have a live stream. Because if the dance competition is such, we won't be able to...
We won't be able to stream next weekend.
Yeah. Even though we had planned it and I'd put it on the schedule. And moving things forward a week is always, worse than pushing it back when the date is close. But there might be a patron live stream this Saturday. Okay.
That John doesn't know he'll be a part of.
Yeah. Okay, is that right? I think it is right. Yeah. As this would be. In Lexergy, the basic setup, in between the first and second equals signs, there are the suffixes, but the first suffix is separated from the word, whereas the rest of the three are not. I think that's a mistake. Yeah, I think this should be... Anyway, so the whole point of this was, so if Káámie was originally like forest or something, I was thinking that Káámie la could be modern forest. Káámie would be like modern, just like land.
Yeah, okay.
And then with the small one, that could be like a cluster of trees. Small is HI.
When you are
Here, I'm going to write these down and then you'll be able to fix it.
ready, yeah.
Give me just a second. Oh, I brought everything over here but a pen. Can you grab me a pen?
Ooh, just a second.
Thank you. Should keep pens over here.
Yeah. Goodness.
Okay, Káámie, and then we have Káámie la.
Yeah, I have no reason for why that got separated other than it was an accident.
Okay, and that's forest, land, and Káámie he. Will be cluster of trees. Okay, you can change stuff now. I'll go back to pages.
Okay. Whenever it's ready to update it, it should have done, will do its thing.
Okay.
I'm just now seeing, by the way, all the pictures that David had sent via message to be part of Maddie's SpecCon look back stream before this one. And yes, I see the car of men. That is incredible. And my first thought was, I didn't know David drove during the trip. And I was like, wait, no, David did not drive during the trip.
Yeah. Something, by the way, I was also sad about. I like that I've driven in many different countries, and I wanted a chance to drive in Ireland. No dice. I didn't even get to drive in Northern Ireland last time I was there. Okay, so let's start adding some of these. I'm going to make this night class. Where's... Oh wait, this is actually double. Oh no, they've found it, Jess.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna delete that. And then we're gonna add on here Námuo. The name of the land of the bats. The 4 forests from which all the bats originally hailed, now united. Boop. All right. Gonna leave it at that for that. And now Káámie, because it's falling tone. We need this one. By the way, I popped in at the very, very end of the stream. Oh.
It's the very end of the Maddie stream?
Yeah. And somebody was saying something about, like, the last thing I saw was somebody needs to ask David about something. What was that? Forest Woods. All right. Good. And now he. Oh, lasagna. I thought we talked about lasagna before. Huh.
Oh, I really like that word.
Huh.
What are you high about?
What I put into Lexergy isn't one of the listed day class endings. We have Káámie.
So it's not going to be Káámie.
No, that one's fine. That one's
okay.
fine. Huh. Nobody's looking at what I'm looking at.
No, we're looking
very
at
sorry.
The groomer.
All right, so just watch this one here, okay? So let's say the root is ka, kahie. Let's put in an N, kanie. Now let's put in another vowel, and that's where we get Káámie, high tone, which we haven't had yet. Put in another consonant, Káámie. I wonder if we change it to that. Káámie. It is because of the unique combination of vowels and the... Huh. Okay. Well, isn't that fun? We have a new day class pattern. So that's kind of cool. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't a mistake. So we're going to have Káámie. Now day class. And this is going to be cluster of trees.
Grove.
Thank you.
Grove.
And this comes from all right, yeah, and so that's okay, 4 new words. But also a brand new yeah, here. Because we are shortening the vowels, basically. If it's a long vowel, it's getting shortened, unless the result is like ie or uo. Those are staying. But now, yeah. He is Grove. Let me make sure that I have that. Yes. Káámie.
David.
Yes.
I think we have something to celebrate.
Yeah, no, we absolutely do. I just want to make sure that it's all written down and accounted for. Fascinating. I didn't think that was going to be possible, but I guess it is. Good. Good. And yeah, hold on a sec. There's just one more thing I want to do. We're gonna
double cursors for a second. Like when you go to like look at the options, 2 cursors show up on the screen.
Here
That's
we
wild.
go. Námuo. Uh-oh. Káámie. All right.
It's not going to fit.
It is a little big. But there we go.
Not a problem.
Dun dun! Now we can celebrate the 4 forests. Okay. Let us calibrate with Kopiko.
Very excited. Here's a preview of what I'm going to cheers David with. He's not going to forget.
Cheers.
We're getting told that the name of the Bat Kingdom looks pretty Finnish in that font.
Kopiko. Calibrate could Kimes come con.
No. Oh, Jake, I think people are going to be talking about this for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Bye, Nemo.
Nemo immediately after I say calibrate could Kimes come con. He's like,
It's
okay,
out.
that's enough. Perkele. All right, let's get back to it. Okay, well, that is very, very, very exciting.
Yay!
Big accomplishment done. So I suppose we can get back to other stuff, which is either coordination or relative clauses.
Just 1 second. I'm checking the spelling before I. Okay. Now I'm ready.
What were you checking the spelling of?
Oh, you can see it in my comment. I'm ready. Where's my milkshake?
Irtelö. Man, I want a milkshake now.
Mm-hmm.
A little coffee milkshake with a little bit of little chocolate chips in it, a little whipped cream on top. All right, all right.
Effectively what you had this morning.
Yeah, so good. Okie doke. Do we want to do coordination or relative clauses now?
Just a second. I'm scrolling through. Try to remind myself some of the things that we've done in this language. I don't know if it's a combination of like only working on this once a week and having done this now for, this is our 8th season of languages. But like I'm finding it harder and harder to remember what features we have in a language in terms of like how they work without constantly looking back at the document. And so anyway, I'm just trying to remember. Right. The adverbs are funky. Right. Okay. Okay.
Did you all hear that?
I'm waiting on the playback to see us both look over. And it looks like we're looking at each other. I don't know what it was.
Boy, I thought Dustbuster days were done.
But I have a feeling it's just getting started because that was just like a little tiny blip. And I have a feeling that any moment now we're about to be completely bombarded by something very loud. It was great on the playback as it looks like both David and I, we make a face, we react, and we turn on camera, it looks like toward each other, when in reality we both looked out the door.
By the way, with new people popping into the chat, we definitely need more moderators. So, we need. I think Cinnamon needs to be a moderator. There we go.
I approve.
Keep.
It's been seconded and for thusly.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you may have to close the. This is a delightful breeze.
I know, it's really
I'm
nice
enjoying
outside.
being able to have windows open because
It's been really hot.
It's been really hot, and we're getting up to the part of the summer where this won't be something we can do a lot. This one isn't a leaf blower. This is, it's not a drill. I'm going to say it's actually a saw of some kind, like a hand saw.
Okay.
Is what I'm going with. There is construction, we believe, going on next door. There's been a lot of hammering. Last week there was sawing on Thursday too. Do you all remember that? Do you know what else?
What?
There was no sawing all week.
Oh yeah.
It happened on Thursday. We've had a week off. Now it's Thursday again, and they're like, let's cut some more wood right outside an open window.
Let's see. Looks like people are split on whether it's a drill or something else. Something else just took the lead.
I see it going back and forth. This is intense.
Hmm.
Are
Wow.
you gonna go find out? I think it's out back this time, so I think you would have to look over their wall very awkwardly.
All right, poll number 2.
Is this the should you go spy on them? Is this what's happening?
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to check. Think about relative clauses.
Oh, I actually had a potential idea for noun phrase coordination that I'm twirling right now. Got to put on the outside shoes.
Yeah.
We'll see. Don't get any spider webs. He has left the door. I think he's going to discover that he's going to have to leave our patio if he wants to see. Our patio is a concrete patch just out back. Oh yes, the guitars that you can admire without David blocking the view. They are quite lovely. I think you have to like actually leave and go put your head over their little wall. And I don't know that that is advisable.
I think this gate's rusted shut. Oh, wow.
We never leave that way.
This is certainly my first time this year being out there.
If you didn't hear that, David went to try to open the gate to leave our little patio area and said, "Oh, I think it's rusted shut." That's how rarely we actually leave by gate, but that makes me feel a little better. That means that, you know, I don't know, a thief in the night would have to jump the wall. They couldn't just open our gate. So I'm okay. I'm okay with that. How's that going, Nikolai? Reverse engineering the geometry of the room from how we move past each other's cameras.
Oh, wait, mine or Jesse's? Because, yeah, I love this shirt. Jesse's wife and sister got this for me. And it says, "Life is better with a beaver." And it's really cool. And it's got this beaver.
I'm waiting for someone else to hear what you just said. Jesse's wife and sister?
Can you not say that way?
I don't have a wife, babe. I have you.
No, I mean...
It's Jesse's sister and wife. Thank you, Patrick. You also heard that.
Okay.
And Jake is right. No, you can't say it that way unless that's what you mean.
No, I guess you're right, huh?
But yes, my sister and sister-in-law.
Yeah. I guess that's how you do that. You know, it was the thing where it's like, oh, it's in my head. It was like, oh, it's you do the polite thing, right? You put the person you know less first, right? And so it's like,
It's
you
the
know,
you and I thing.
your sister is the closer of the two, and so you know, just out of politeness, I
Out
put
of
Lee
politeness.
first. Yeah. Huh.
As long as it's not the same person, Danielle says.
Yeah.
It does kind of sound like that, doesn't it?
Indeed. Happy Pride to one and all. Okay. So, have you percolated with your coordination idea?
Yes. Indeed, happy Pride Month to everyone. And I'm sorry to disappoint that, sadly, I guess, my sister is not my wife. Okay.
Yeah, those who are extremely long-time Langtimers may remember Jesse's sister in the comments every so often.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Way back at the beginning. It's what happens when David steps on a plane. Did you see Magpie's David transitioned and gave a T-shirt to herself? Okay, David.
Yeah.
I've been kind of stalling because like the idea was still half formed, but I was thinking of like starting with a strategy, and this would only be for potentially at the start for noun phrase coordination. It could extend to other coordination beyond that, but only for and. This is all I'm thinking about right now. Where at the beginning the bats might list like, you know, I got 1 a hat, 2 goggles, and may end up kind of dropping the 1 but keeping that 2 to mean like both, like I got hat, both goggles, and then having, so basically taking that form of nga, which is 2 nga, and reducing it to maybe just, you know, a short nga, to be their word for and.
That's cool.
If we wanted to go further with that, having like 1 and 2 work together, because in some languages you have to have, you know, like the 2 components to coordinate. We could have, you know, ob, x, nga, y. But
No.
I kind of also like just the idea of dropping out that ob and
Yeah, I
keeping
do.
the nga.
I do too. Do too. All right. Yeah, let's start there. Let's see.
It is a big day out at the pool.
Which is good news, because did you hear our pool was shut down briefly
No.
for violations?
When you live in a community that shares a pool, you don't want to know what those violations were. Yikes. Did your pool have leftist algae too? Yeah, Mateus, the shutter down of pools.
Is Mateus pool? Is Mateus a pooler?
Lavuna Lang says hello from Italy.
Hey!
Salve! Oh,
Hats off to Jonathan for stopping into the stream while in Italy, whereas our other regular Italian viewer, no chance.
so it's I capelli. That's how you say the hats. I don't know how to say hats off, but the hats. I capelli. Oh, bye, Madeline. Enjoy your work. Okay, so yes, we're ready to type this up.
Okay. There are a few different coordination strategies in Duck. To start with, nominal coordination is achieved via the coordinator.
Ooh, it's a bit past midnight, and Jonathan and their group had their first concert. Their symphony, and I don't know how you say that, like their performance group.
Wait a minute. You got to go to Italy for performing stuff? Man.
Madeline should admonish all of us for not focusing on the relay.
Okay. Let's see. An example or two is shown below.
An example or nah.
All right. Not even close. Not even close. Threads may as well not exist on Discord. It's not to say that the thread wasn't worthwhile or I'm not interested, but threads themselves are something I have not really been able to keep up with, on Discord.
And if it's like me, I literally just checked Discord for the first time in a day while we were streaming because I saw I had a message. And that's when I saw I actually had 18 messages. Because you sent all those pictures.
The bat and the flying squirrel.
Which I imagine they would be, good friends because if they're both like nesting in trees.
Yeah. Great try there by Canada. Do you think that the flying squirrels would be a part of the squirrels?
Well, I mean, they are squirrels.
They are indeed.
I feel they may feel like they belong to more than one world, though.
But it's like, in terms of language, or is the flying squirrels going to be a part of the squirrels? Is this something that you imagined?
I hadn't. When I created the language, I was just thinking squirrels generically, and one reason I chose squirrels, I think David's watching a soccer game. If you see looks passing over his face, it's not in response to me. I just want people to know that because you looked very, almost upset, almost hurt, maybe a little sad. And so I just wanted to make sure everyone knew it wasn't because of the words coming out of my mouth. It has to do with whatever just happened on the screen right behind the computer.
I'm looking at you now.
Okay, so I don't know if everyone knows this, but like I chose squirrels for my textbook for a very specific reason. Really for like 3 very specific reasons. Throughout the textbook, I wanted people to be able to practice with a language that wasn't their own, and I wanted there to be a way that teachers could, with their students, work through a problem and have a sort of, in some cases, a sort of like, here's what one path would look like, but here's what another path would look like. And the ability to work through it together, again, without it affecting the individual language. And sometimes it's easier to practice things when you're not emotionally attached to it. And so I definitely wanted there to be a teaching language, if you will, throughout the textbook that students could build and work on and go through. I didn't want it to be human speakers, in part because I didn't want there to be a world that they would need to flesh out, and I didn't want there is always, I feel, the potential when you're working with human languages and students who are trying to achieve certain goals in a language, there's always the unfortunate path that can be gone down that ends up being ethnicist. I feel is the right word for it. And so I didn't want there to be any sort of, oh, my speakers are going to be situated in this kind of world, therefore they... And I wanted to stay far away from that. And so I thought, I'll make them animals. Because then it's like they could live, and I needed them to be animals that could live all around the world, because while I understand that most of my audience was probably going to be in the United States, there's also, I knew, hopefully a chance that the book would get sold in Europe and places. And dreaming big, I'm hoping it, touches readers in places beyond just the US and Europe. So I'm hoping that readers everywhere could pick up a copy of this book, which means I need an animal that lives everywhere.
Mm.
And of the animals that pretty much you can find worldwide, squirrels were my favorite option.
Yeah.
And so
It's
I went with
also
squirrels.
it's also an English word that is notoriously easy to pronounce.
It is, yes.
Nobody has trouble with it.
No, not even English speakers. And so, oh yay, that's good to hear. But yeah, so that is why there are squirrel speakers. It never occurred to me that I was trying to, like, I wasn't trying to take over any sort of LangTime development. It was all about, I need something that students can work with, and then I ended up actually kind of filling out the language, I think even more than I thought I would. And so now I've got Okoki.
There are a couple of things that I forgot about.
Yeah, I did see that, Magpie, that Australia, but it's like, but they are there. I know they may be invasive. But yeah, it was, owls was an option, because I know owls are pretty worldwide, but I didn't want to get the beak problem in the way.
Yeah.
I thought it would be easier to imagine a squirrel speaking than it would be to imagine a bird speaking. But owls were something I had considered, and then I had considered also mice, because mice and or rats tend to be pretty ubiquitous. But I didn't, because that did in my head step on LangTime mice, and we already have a mouse language.
Yeah.
And so it's funny that I never thought of squirrels as being potentially a part of the LangTime world, but as soon as I thought about mice, I was like, but the mice have a language. And so, yeah, I went squirrels.
I think it also helps that we really liked the mouse language.
It is one of my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, Lavuna, I can just call you Jonathan, heard a new owl, like heard the sound of a new owl.
Hmm.
Right, Tinguish, I just didn't want to go eyelash mite language when never in my world. Oh, that's really cool, Jonathan.
There were a couple of things I forgot about, but and I've written them down.
My lore is done. You can.
I've written them down, but one thing that I forgot was with the new, border for our videos, I was going to remove the watermark.
Yeah, down. That's on the corner.
That's
there.
covering you partially. I forgot about that. So I just need to remember to do that. It's just a site-wide thing, so it's really easy. I don't know if it messes it up if you turn it off while you're streaming, so we'll wait till after the stream. But I need two more things that can be combined.
Oh, can someone type something in a different language to just verify that we have the fix worked? If you recall from last week, we were having an auto-translate issue, but David, I think, figured it out, and I want to make sure that it actually worked.
Let's see that.
Ooh, thank you, Dino Ned. Kilka Shows is showing up for me. Thank you. I hear you typing, but I don't see anything happening.
Hold on, Siddharaka.
Oh, that's where you're typing. I was looking at the document like, David, I don't know what's happening. Ah, ça marche bien. Yes, oui. Veamos si esto sigue pasando. Veamos. We will see if something happens. Is that if this goes through? Sigue pasando? Is that what that means? Like if it follows?
Yeah.
Passes? Yeah, this is all working, so thank you. It worked. I think it's something that we discovered we're going to have to do for every single stream. Like, we can't turn it off on our channel. But...
Yeah, you have to turn it off on every single video. You can do it in advance, which is nice, but it's not something that is going to be remembered from video to video because they really want you to have it, obviously.
Yeah. Every stream we're gonna have to turn that off. It's really frustrating. Bless you.
And that means that on occasion, we may forget and may miss it, and so it'll happen. But I believe that it can be fixed midstream. At least I know where to go now.
And also, you want to eat cork?
Yeah. In fact, I'm actually going to show everybody.
Right, Danielle? Super fun.
I know this is going to be video within video for a minute. But you go to stream settings. Can you see that on screen? You can't. Okay, so you go to stream settings, and then if you go over here, there's this edit button, and then you press that, and then you go to customization.
Button didn't show up.
And it's right here.
Okay.
Also, live chat summary. New viewers joining a live stream may see an AI-generated summary of the chat. Oh my God. Oh my God. Can you imagine? So that is another thing that needs to be turned off, but at least they're right next to each other right there. But yeah, so every single stream we will have to do that manually.
Yeah.
Very frustrating. Okay.
It is gross. Yeah. But thankfully David saw where to go for it, because I wasn't seeing it on my end, and it was Sinowin who had posted a help article, and like I couldn't find the option, and was literally clicking on everything where I was finding settings, and none of it was giving the actual setting, and thankfully David didn't give up as easily as I did.
Yeah.
Ugh. I want to see the other languages, because then if I don't understand, guess what? I get to have a conversation with a real live human about what they just said, and I get to learn something from a human. And I love that way more than AI deciding what I'm going to take in. Ugh. Ooh, Jonathan has seen 3 or 4 cats. Yay!
Also, I'm gonna give you this update because it's actually relevant for people watching. We've gotten word that Meridian is only performing on Friday.
So we would be back on Saturday.
Yeah, so which
for a
means that the
stream.
patron live stream can go
Is
ahead.
fine.
Yeah, just
Okay.
as planned.
We may be a little tired, but
Yeah.
we'll be there.
And so that means we should get a hotel for Thursday.
Yeah. Because I'm assuming the competition doesn't start afternoon.
Yeah. Who wants to be up at 8 a.m. for any reason? For any reason. Sorry, we're being real slow on this. Can we get 2 other things to combine? I'm going to say Námuo, which is leaf. Nga. Give me something else. Anything else? How about something that's...
Kuhye.
give me something that starts with a vowel.
Oh wait, that's a bat. Never mind. Sorry. I was reading a sentence and was like, oh, here it is. Okay. Amira. Long. Mi. Ra. Also long on the mi. Short on the ra.
What is that?
Cloud.
Believe in the cloud. Okay, so let's ask this question. Námuo Káámie.
Oh, drop that. Drop it like
Okay,
it's hot.
you got it.
Thank you, early 2000s. Late 90s? Early 2000s. I'm making David think.
It's right on the cusp, isn't it? I think it's early 2000s.
I think so too.
Okay. The coordinator...
Oh, Sotan says, remember to turn off allow third-party AI training. Was that one of the options? Did we not click it?
Oh, that's somewhere else.
Oh, okay. But thank you, Sotan. Yeah. Oof. And then I keep reading your username as A Backwood. Is it A.B. Ackwood?
Right.
Or is it A Backwood? "2004," Patrick says. Wow, that's actually later than I would have thought.
Yeah.
I thought it was more like 2000. Alex, so A and then backwood. Nice. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for letting me know how to parse that correctly.
All right. So now we're going to ask the next question because this gets a little complicated.
Is it okay to have that apostrophe there?
Well, yeah, because, you know.
Because we do. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nouns affected, or nouns that are modified by some sort of preposition or determiner can also be coordinated. Examples are shown below. And now let us ask the question.
Hey, pseudonym or not, if you want me to call you a different name than the pseudonym, let me know. Otherwise, we'll stick to either A. Backwood or Alex. Oh, now you have to go, Jonathan. Now that we're back to work, gotta go. It was so good for you to drop in, though. Thank you for dropping in.
Enjoy the lovely
and get
land.
some good sleep.
Variation. When the following name begins with a vowel after a syllable with a high tone. Okay, hold on. Okay.
We've got some really cool words.
The bat and the flying squirrel, those are singulative. Yeah.
Oh, yes, good old Stachama from, we made Stay Grammar a thing, and
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that's with if they're singulative. Now, locative. Because the singulative, that's, you know, that's just a property of the noun. It can be separate. But
I would say, like, it could be, like, in the same way, like, I could say I went to the store and to the bank, but, like, I don't need to. I could say, you know, I went to the store and the bank. I feel like it's something that, like, if it happens, it happens, but, like, it's absolutely not necessary. Like,
Okay.
you could repeat the E marker, but also, like, you don't have to.
So let's see. Locative is do, and let me write these down. Do and dune, and then we have just do, dune. Okay. Let's just take a look. Dune. Nah. It's got to be that. Nah. Do. And then and let me, because the question is if we've shortened these up correctly, because the locative shortens after a vowel, like that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So does that look right to you? And this is, of course, this would be, I don't know, this would be like to the bat or on it or in it or something.
The top one would reduce to, right? Ngadu.
Yeah, it would. Absolutely. Right. Yeah. Basically, for these right here, these ones, I assume that the A in nga reduces last.
Mm-hmm.
And does that feel right?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. I like this.
Okay.
And
then I'm going to add that note about what you said before. So
I feel like that's just really natural in a language that, has some of these more analytic features where you do have these units that are standing as words or word-like constituents. And when they're being coordinated, being able to drop the repeated elements just seems like something that really happens naturally. And I feel like in a lot of languages, it's natural to do it either way, where it's like, yeah, you can repeat it, or if you're trying to be quicker, you can not repeat it. And so it could be an easy way to kind of fit both in. And I think to comment here, Alex, on what you've listed, yeah, like the username, sometimes it'll take me a minute to remember who is attached to which username if they're very, very different. But at the same time, whatever name you prefer, I will practice on using that one. And it's absolutely fine if you use a different name in person but another one online, because I think that is a choice that I think is good for some people to be able to separate out if you know me in person or just online. It does make a lot of sense just for the economy of the whole thing. Like if you've got to say the same little particle over and over again, it's like, but why? It's all in a string. They all work together. And in other cases, it may, I think especially in speaking, it can just give you that extra beat if you're trying to figure out what you're going to say next. Being able to repeat the word is sometimes very helpful as your brain kind of catches up to your mouth.
Okay. So yeah, and then I would say something like this is ambiguous because it could be the leaf and the clouds.
Oh, for the singulative. There we go. I was waiting for the highlight to actually show up on my playback here. Yeah. I mean, I think it's ambiguous in the, in the same way that, like,
Where's
the
this?
old woman and man were sitting together.
Yeah.
Where it's like, are they both old or is just one?
Yeah. Dang, Canada scored again.
What's the score?
2-0. But this one is definitely not ambiguous.
Right.
So, note that, for example, unless the singulative directly precedes the second element in a coordinated phrase, the number is ambiguous, as it would be in a standard uncoordinated phrase. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This is a very good, very useful, and like very boring section of the grammar that we've written up. Oh. Oh. Never mind.
David. Anyway.
It's a very fun section. It's a very nice section. I like this section. It's a good section. Actually, I'm thinking I'm going to get those closer. There we go.
Jake enjoyed it.
All right. Excellent. Perfect. All right.
We gotta get, so like you and Bib have the emoji react. Do Jake and I have a picture together that we can do an emoji react? Have we failed? Have we failed, Jake?
Even if you don't have one from the most recent trip, you definitely do.
Okay.
I just need to go through and
Okay.
find it.
We gotta add that because, you know, we gotta have the J's.
Jake C?
I feel like that's better than
Jessake. Jessake. Jesk.
I think Jake C works better.
Jesk.
Because, I mean, we could add the E at the end, but then how would you say, but don't pronounce it? Yeah, right? Jesse's desk. Could you imagine a language working that way? Where, like, possession was, like, you just, like, portmanteaued all the words?
There is an example of a language, a natural language that really blew me away that Mark Donahue shared with me, where there was a very obviously evolved subject agreement, where really just the first consonant of the subject pronoun completely took over and replaced the first consonant of the verb.
Whoa.
But
What language was this?
I don't remember the name of the language.
Remember. Okay, sorry.
He was showing me on the chalkboard, and one of the things that made it so interesting was that this language had many verbs that were CV.
And so they would literally all be homophonous without
Yeah.
context.
Yeah.
I mean, even with context, they're still homophonous.
So, like, for example, like one I remember is like let's say this verb was me, with high tone, and then you have this first person pronoun. I can't remember if it was singular or plural, but one of them was like fa or something like that. And so then the conjugation is fi.
And
And
would
then-
be the conjugation for B, C, D, D.
Yep, and like there already was another verb, for example, that was fi on its own, and then there's also other verbs that just some other consonant followed by e.
Human
Sound
brains
completely the
are
same.
wild and amazing, like, because languages do such crazy things, and we're still able to communicate. And
Yeah.
it's like the way we're able to mark or not mark certain pieces of information. One, to mark things as you're speaking, to remember to mark them and to like do them is wild when you think about the string of information that has to be put together. But then on the flip side, not marking information and being able to comprehend what's going on and be able to put it together is so wild. It's also really wild that we can parse our own language, like languages that we know, right? Like if you don't know a language and you hear it, it just sounds like one big string of like, you never take a breath. It's just this huge string of sound coming at you. But as soon as you start learning the language and then the more familiar you are with it, you suddenly stop hearing it as a string and you start hearing it as, oh no, they said this word, and like that wouldn't have been a word you could have picked out without knowing the language. And like, that is so fascinating.
Yeah.
Brains are amazing. I love it.
I'm also sympathetic to some individuals that just, like, with the visual information we have, can't, like, parse out things. Because it's true, like, what you see is just a big visual field. It's just colors that are changing. But we're very, very good. Most humans, really early on, can pick out this is a thing. This is a thing.
Right.
Right. And then there's, like, a very, very small percentage of people, or there are some conditions where they lose that ability, and it's just, God, what that must be like. It'd be like seeing the version of hearing a foreign language where you can't parse anything.
Right. You can't. Oof. Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
We're good.
Yeah.
Oh, we are like set up. We're like kind of getting on the tail end of a stream.
Yeah, getting close to it. If you were wondering about the poll, I think that it should be the next step of the orthography poll.
Okay, so not relative class.
Determining what actual type of orthography it is. Now that we know the style.
Okay.
At least that was my thought. We'll see if I don't know, we come to something naturally that's like a really good poll. But it feels like for a next step, we could for right now we can decide if this strategy is going to expand to sentential coordination, or if we're going to do something else, or think about relative clauses. I feel like if we just take a few moments and think about what we've got so far, a relative clause structure will naturally suggest itself.
See, that's what I was trying to do as I went through. Earlier in the stream, when I was just being silent and staring at my computer as I was scrolling through, I was trying to refamiliarize myself with a lot of the clausal structures, and it was too much to take in while feeling the pressure to say something because I'm on camera.
Yeah.
And so I have not yet had that happen.
Yeah. Ooh, Soten just sent me a PDF on alliteration agreement.
Ooh, nice.
It's kind of neat.
Very cool. Yeah, and Nikolai said here, I read about this once in people who are blind from birth but then gain sight through a particular surgery, that they just never developed the capacity to process sight as a complete space. And yeah, that's I know that's also very difficult for like some people who get cochlear implants. You know, some work better than others, and there's a lot of sounds that we have to distinguish from in daily life to, you know, language versus like outside, like that bird.
Yeah.
And there's just a lot of ambient noise that we absolutely sort of like cancel out mentally. Like we don't even hear it because it's like, oh, it's just what goes on in the background. And so, yeah, like I said, human brains, it's wild. It's really crazy how it works.
By the way, in case anybody wanted to see, that's that bird.
That is that bird. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
that's
that is
that
a
bird.
perfect. I hope, I'm waiting for it to show up on screen here to make sure it was actually in frame, because that was perfect. It was absolutely not in frame.
Really?
You showed the binding, the middle space where like almost nothing was.
Oh. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, sorry for.
As you bump the thing.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for it to catch up. Okay, you're holding the book up now. You're pointing. There, perfect. Now you can see it. Yes.
Okay. There we go.
It probably is a good thing you can't upload files to YouTube chat. Based on some of the past accounts that we've had to block, I would hate to know what they would have just been posting had they had a chance. All right. So, David, we have a lot of complicated things going on in this language. Maybe it just feels complicated because I can't remember everything in one go. By complicated, of course, all language structures are complicated in their own unique ways. But I'm trying to decide whether, like, it makes sense on the one hand to just say, this coordinator gets extended. I think the only reason it wouldn't get extended to clauses is if there was another strategy already in place. Like if they were sort of, or even like concurrently developing, where it's just one strategy because it was counting sort of stuck with the nouns, and another strategy which just made more sense was developing at the same time for the verbs.
I would say that it's either a different word that suggests temporal succession, or we use this strategy since it does come from numbers and implies
like a 1 and then a 2. 1,
Yeah.
I did this, 2, I did that. I think we should just use this strategy.
Okay. That's good because I have an idea for relative clauses.
I gotta check. Let's have a booba. Jake says there's now a just react. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Scrolling up. Okay, that was an announcement. I'm gonna go to the chit chat section. Oh, Jake is typing. Oh my god. That was the Kopicon picture where Jake, you look like you're bathed in a glorious light, all the intelligence just beaming out of you. In Kopicon, do you recall the group picture? Where because of where Jake was standing,
That's right.
the projector. And so it just looks like you're absolutely beaming incredible intelligence. That is incredible. See if I can react with it. Let's see, I gotta get on the right server. Oh, maybe it's too new. It's not showing it as a possible react. Okay, we'll get there. Sorry, that's a total side note. I love it though. I love it. No, that is beyond anything that could be interpreted as super shiny forehead. That is sheer like kind of going on. I love it.
For those who are interested, like Patrick, though, as soon as the stream is done, I'll get that PDF and I'll put it in the Conlang Resources channel. Don't worry about that.
Goodness, I feel there are all sorts of violations happening at the pool right now.
Okay.
If there's a second one, we'll call it just key. I love it.
All right, so let's see. The same coordinative particle can be used to join full clauses as well. Let's get some sentences. The bat booped the flying squirrel. And nga, not nga, nga. The bat booped the flying squirrel and
the seed isn't a maple seed. That was the first sentence I landed on.
yeah.
Oh man. Do you want a completely different subject, or do you want to show that like a potential subject drop?
Let's first do one where they're completely different, and then follow that up. We have a lot of bats doing things.
We do. I'm like trying to find one.
We're just involved in the sentence. Isn't the flying squirrel doing anything on its own?
And the flying squirrel flew. We have to fly, right? We could just write a new sentence.
Yeah, then you have to
And
figure out how to
flying
do it.
squirrel jumped. Do we have to jump? No. How do we not have? You know, if you get booped, you might go whoop.
That's a good idea. Well, let's do it. Let's do an easy one. Where like we just have to change one letter and it works with these templates.
Do you mean like? Well, the bat is flying. We could say it because it was booped. We could say then the bat or the flying squirrel.
There we go, T
booped.
final. How about gut jump? Gut.
Oh, you're making up a word. I thought you
Yeah.
meant like take a sentence we already have. So I'm like trying to find a sentence you can use. Okay, yeah. No, that sounds like a jump.
Yeah. Here. I'll actually add it to the dictionary. And also correctly alphabetize the misalphabetized thing here.
I don't believe it. It's all correct. Boy, our K is filling up while all the pages around it are almost empty.
Yeah, it's the old Conlane K.
K and S. Oh, we got some M and N in there. Okay. High tone, short oo, and that is to jump, correct?
Yeah. Or to leap. Okay. And then the squirrel and jumped. Coot. Guido Moot. Guido Moot. Wow, after a lackluster first performance, Canada is really doing it. We're up 3-0.
You need to actually add flying squirrel, right?
Eventually. Yeah, I'll get there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Let's see. When a nominal element appears in the unmarked position, it can be shared between verbs, even if the unmarked position is a different semantic role. So, how do you say fly? Like
That's the rah, right? R-A-H.
yeah, so kido da? Kido la?
La, yeah, it changes. How do we not have... We don't have this verb entered. But yeah, kido la should be...
Yeah, here we go. Kido la. We have it even if we didn't enter it. And flew away. There, indicate that it's not there, and the bat flew away. Okay. Now, do we have any... Oh, fell. Do we have any verbs
The distress out here is real. This poor child.
Talking about me trying to think of what I'm trying to say. I get that. No, but yeah. Okay. I don't know. I was going to say if we have any verbs where the unmarked one is like, I don't know, a patient or something. But
I mean, I know we do. Just a second. As we're okay, so it's VN versus VD. What do the N and D stand for?
D is dynamic. I don't know what N is. VN, really?
That's what it says.
Or are we marking them as day and night?
That may be what is happening. Yes, that's what's happening.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we have like we have to sleep, which feels potentially. We have fall to the ground, which I think you mentioned. That's definitely more patientive.
Yeah.
I mean, the point is, like,
Yeah.
they're both going to show up as subjects, so it's, like, not something you can see grammatically. And I think as English readers, it's like, well, of course that happens.
Yeah,
That's
you're
what we
right.
do.
You're right. Never mind. Okay, let's move on because I want to tell you about my relative clause strategy because I think it's a fun one, and I think it's easy, and I think it's good.
7 minutes. Go.
All right. We come up with an adjective, so like a stative verb that means exact, specific, certain.
Nice.
All right? And then it just goes after anything, any noun. And when you use it, you just follow it with a full clause.
To be like, specifically, this.
No, but I like that thinking too.
That's not why.
No, so it'd be like you know, saying like, say the bat flew. It'd be like a certain bat flew, and then the following is going to be, you know, the one I saw yesterday. So it'd be like flew bat certain, I saw it yesterday. And this.
And yet the way, so semantically I was getting to the exact same thing. It's just I worded it differently because it's like flew the bat specifically I saw yesterday. You know, like specifically the one I saw yesterday. But like
the
idea
specific
was the
or
same.
certain bat. Yeah. Anyway, so that's my idea.
I like it.
All right.
What form are we gonna do?
I don't know.
Is it gonna be a root?
I mean, if it was a root, it could be the case that it's no longer used for that meaning anymore and that you have to extend it to get the meaning certain or specific, and it's lost its, you know, semantic meaning. But yeah, I was thinking something rootish.
Actually, okay. What if the original verb actually meant like you're staring at a whole pile of rocks and you pick one of them out. Like you take this one and then like you opt for it or you select. But like, you know, like there's a whole group and you like
choose,
take one of them.
Okay.
But the idea is it's not just like it's like a very specific kind of choosing where it's like there's a whole bunch of them and you're taking one.
Yeah.
You're pointing to one, you're getting one. And so it's sort of like this older verb that meant something like that, and then it became associated with like specific one, certain one.
But then
certain or specific.
Yeah, based on the original semantics of the verb, would that mean that the adjectival form would actually be a passive participle?
Oh, what if we did it the opposite way to stand out?
To shine?
Yeah, like you stand out from a group among the others.
Hmm.
And that makes it easy to spot the one you're talking about.
Yeah. Could be an old verb that means to shine.
Yeah.
That isn't used anymore. And we could actually have a prolix word for sun that comes from that. Let's use one of our. Oh wait. Hold on a sec. A word can't start with B. Because I don't think a word can start with B or D. I was going to choose something orgy that we haven't got yet. It can definitely start with ooh. It can't start with L, right? That would be impossible. Bless, bless. Yeah, it can't start with L.
Yeah, because anything starting with one of those voice
Can start
consonants,
with
voice
C,
stops,
can
ends up
start
getting
with Y.
starting. Ends up getting starting with. Ends up starting with enigma.
Let's end up getting started with.
Exactly.
Can't
And
start with
yet
J.
The L only comes intervocalically, right, for the R?
Yeah. A word can start with W in that there's at least one word that does. Because it's the shortening of that, of the singulative.
Right.
So we'll save that for that. Can a word start with X? Yeah, if a word can start with C, it can start with X. Okay. So for our, this actually cuts things down quite a bit. Then the only letters that we haven't started a word with are U, W, and X. Maybe for to shine. If we did a CV word for shine, then X would be a lot shorter by default. I will show you what I mean. Because the way that you get it is something like this. So, because the way to start a word with that is you have to have a nasal, a weak vowel, a K, or something K-like, and then a strong vowel. Or actually, can you get it with two weak vowels? So, yeah, you can get it with two weak vowels too. And if you do two weak vowels, you get a low tone. We might do that. All right, I think this is going to be the last thing we do. Oh, it's got to be an I. And then we could also do it. Yeah. So we can have a CVC form. We can end up with a CVC form where it's ni and plus a consonant, or oo plus a consonant. Maybe oo. It sounds like who. Ooh.
Yes.
Okay. Do we want a long vowel or something that ends in a consonant? So oo, or sorry, a low vowel. Oo versus oos, moon, note. Like anything.
It doesn't end in anything. It shouldn't end in anything.
So mo. All right, we got it. Okay. So I'm gonna just, because we're at 4 p.m. here, I'm gonna write down okay. An old verb that meant to shine. It's got to be that, or a number of things that can actually be in this position, including kx. But we'll,
I like that.
yeah, to shine came to be used post-positively as an adjective, meaning certain, specific, or unique. This was reinterpreted as a relative clause. Marker, modern, ooh, and is followed by a full clause where a gap or third person pronoun stands in place of the nominal argument being modified. And this we can just write up next time. It's right in
Perfect.
there. All right.
Yay!
Well, thank you all so much for being here.
And for being you.
Yes, and for being you, and for ignoring the fact that I forgot to put it back on pages. That's what I was writing up. All right, then. So, stay everybody in grammar. Jewelry hells to all, and yeah, we will see you next week.
Yes.
Next week, next Thursday. All right. Much
Bye,
love to you.
everyone.
Bye.